my beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for December 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your career reading for December. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Firstly, I cannot believe it is December already. Where has the year gone? It's gone speeding by. That's what's happening. I'm just going to start by getting your protagonist energy, then anything that is against you or any difficulties you've been experiencing, and then I'm going to look at all the areas where you are attracting goodness towards you, okay? Now, you may be influenced by your 6th house at the moment. So interesting because your 6th house is all about home life, daily routines, work, duties, and things like that. So you are definitely being influenced in those areas at this time. And I definitely see reward coming your way as well for your hard work. Putting your heart and soul into everything that you do is going to pay off for you. They show me how talented you are. You're a very gifted person. You have a lot of skills that you can implement into your career. And no matter what you turn your hand to, they're showing me that you are instinctively you attract success. You're just naturally really good at things that you put your care, your attention, and your heart into. So I feel, I mean, you've even got the star as an outcome here. So I definitely see you gaining recognition in your career, stepping into some sort of spotlight, being appreciated for the efforts that you make, but it has been a difficult journey. Okay. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? Now, they're showing me here that you may have felt a little bit out of balance recently. You may have felt your energy has been disrupted, or you may have felt a little bit out of control. You may be wondering if you're headed in the right direction because it's been a bit of a struggle. It's been a bit of an uphill battle, okay? So you may be overthinking a few things. We got the 5 of Swords, we've got the 3 of Swords, we've got the 7 of Swords. You know what? There's a lot of... every sign so far has pretty much got the 5 of Swords or the 7 of Swords. So I'll see what's going on there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, 4 of Swords. So what I'm getting here is it's not going to be easy, but at the same time, get the rest because there is reward. There is success here on the horizon for you, okay? And it's closer than you think. So let's start with the first card here. Now, this is the home life, the family unit. So perhaps you've been going through some difficulties in your personal life that have been somehow distracting you from your career. Now, of course, that's important. Your home life is so important. So you may be going through something personal there, personal affairs, shall we say, domestic affairs, where your attention has been needed in the home space. And I'm sending you huge hugs and love out there, my beautiful Cancerians, for those that are struggling. I also get this sense of responsibility. You've had a lot of responsibility on your shoulders to keep everything together, keep everything going. And that's in terms of your career as well, to make sure you provide for your family or provide for those around you. In some way you feel responsible. But I see you going from strength to strength, and I really see you making waves in your career. I actually see you building security, because this is a card of safety, of finding stability. So you're looking at some of you are actually looking at working really hard in order to save and buy a home, whether it's your first home or you're thinking about relocating. There's definitely an energy here of finding stability, finding a solid foundation in your career. even if you feel a little bit shaken up or you feel like things are changing around you, you can be certain here that what you've built, the solid foundation that you've built in your career, it is safe. Okay, there's this energy of safe. I mean, it even says safe there. Some of you, it says privacy there as well. Some of you may be working really hard in silence about something. Perhaps you've got, you know, an idea that you're keeping to yourself at this time because you feel like you work with people who perhaps would try to exploit your ideas to make them favorable for themselves rather than you take the glory. So I feel like it's something here that you're working on in silence as well regarding your career. But you're focused. You are definitely, after a period of perhaps feeling a little bit scattered or feeling like something else has got your focus, they're giving me this energy that suddenly you're going to really, be focused on your career. Full steam ahead is what they're giving me. Okay, the Magician card does indicate that you are a very talented, gifted person at what you do, and you've got all the skills that you need within you. Your heart, your soul, your ingenuity, your commitment, your drive. You're very hardworking, and this indicates like there's magic occurring in your career, but you're working really hard for it. It's not just, it's just showing up for you. You're doing a lot of manifesting, but you're also doing a lot of hard work. You're taking the initiative to be really precise about your gifts. So some of you, for example, you may look at honing areas in the career sector that you work in and really focusing on the things that you love doing and cutting out the things that you particularly don't love doing. So for example, if you majored in healthcare at university or college, and now you're getting really precise about, okay, you studied healthcare, but now you want to become a midwife, or you want to be a pediatrician. You're starting to decide in the sector that you work in, and I'm just giving that as an example. It could be anything. You could have gone to university and studied economics, but you actually want to specify more on stocks and trades, or you want to focus more on private equity, whatever it is. I feel like you are really trying to hone your skills and really identify an area of your career that you really enjoy doing and that you're really good at as well. The Magician card is a very powerful message of creator. Okay, so you are creating your destiny. You're very powerfully manifesting using your abilities and forging a path for yourself. Okay, so I feel that you're really connecting to the four elements at this time. This is your protagonist energy. So although there is a quest for stability and safety within your career, I feel like you're also pushing your boundaries, broadening your horizons. I mean, to have all the elements in play, that's fire, water, earth, and air. Fire is all about inspiration, strong emotion, being passionate about what you do, and you have that in spades, my beautiful Cancerians. Also, there's water, so that's the dream or the goal that you have, being really sensitive and using your intuition and your instincts to get you to where you want to go. Earth is all about having a plan, being dependable, being grounded, being reliable, investing your energy and your time into that plan and making it work, really nurturing that idea that you've got. And of course, air is all about the ideas. It's about, stretching your boundaries. It's about using your voice to be heard, negotiating better deals, and becoming clear on those things that you want, seeing the vision and making it come to life. So I really feel like right now, if you've been struggling in your career, feeling like your heart's not in it, or you felt low motivation or low energy, or you felt in some way disconnected from yourself recently because there's been something else in your life that perhaps has been disrupting the flow, or even if you've been working with people who have not had your best interests at heart, if you've been working in an environment where there's been office politics or just politics in general, or just people bickering at each other or betraying each other, I would say that you are took a step back for a while and was really just reassessing. And I feel now you're getting back to best. I feel like you're getting focused again in what you truly want to achieve. Also, they give me this energy of laying all your cards on the table. I'm not really sure what that means, laying all your cards on the table. Being honest about what you want, I guess. Maybe even having a blueprint of how you want to, where you want to go. So for example, if you work within an establishment, you may talk to your boss and say, look, it's been really difficult at the company for the last couple of months. There's been a lot of low workers' morale. There's been a lot of toxic energy. I just want to move forward. I want to elevate. I want to progress. I want to see improvements in my working day. I also want perhaps to earn more finances, and I'm willing to put the work in, and I've got the talent, I've got the drive. Tell me or show me what I can do to elevate. And if there is no potential for me to elevate to the next level and I'm hitting a glass ceiling or I've reached a plateau in my career, I'm being really honest with you and saying, you know what, perhaps this isn't for me. But I feel like part of you, if you've put your resume out already, I feel like you're keeping that to yourself. Okay, I feel like that's, you're working really hard in silence to progress. Now, Three of Swords can indicate that you have been struggling. There has been difficulty. And the Five of Swords can be a card of feeling a little bit stuck. Not that you're being complacent, but you may feel it's difficult to change your circumstances. You may be trying to be subtle, stealthily change your circumstances, but it's been difficult, okay? Three of Swords indicates perhaps shortages. Maybe there's been shortages of workers because they've been off sick and you've taken a lot of the work on board and it's just made you feel exhausted, really burdened. But I feel like you're going to challenge the status quo and you're going to change the way that you work so that you bring a more healthy working environment for you because you value yourself, okay? Now, Three of Swords, of course, is a card of miscommunication. It can also be, there's miscommunication at the bottom of some of the difficulties within the workspace, especially since we got a Five of Swords there as well. Someone may be giving you the brush off, ignoring you, or you're ignoring somebody due to a miscommunication. It's time to untangle the confusion and deal with it by talking is what they're giving me, so that you can release it. Some of you may actually just walk away from it. With the star energy, I feel like you and this person get to heal that. Okay, or if you've been going through some sort of difficulty in your private life and it's been affecting your work, I do feel like there's a potential to heal this situation in your private life, and then you get refocused on your career and your environment at work. Okay, Five of Swords is brainstorming. It's kind of like perhaps you've been dealing with a lot of politics within the workspace, or you feel that someone here is being unkind and you're brainstorming, number one, what did I ever do to this person? I didn't do anything to this person. Why are they acting in this manner? Remember, people's behavior tends to be a reflection of themselves. So if they're blaming you for anything or they're pointing the finger at you for anything, they tend to be projecting their energy because they feel like you're a threat. I mean, you're currently in magician mode, which means you're making things happen and you have the potential to be very successful and attract what you desire. So if there's a promotion up for the asking, I definitely get this energy of someone, being a little bit disgruntled because they feel like they should get the opportunity, they should get the rewards, but they're not willing to put in the hard work that you are, my beautiful Cancerians. So watch out for that, okay? Now, if you're an entrepreneur and you're setting up your own business, or that's your intention to set up your own business, sometimes you may doubt your capabilities. You may feel that it's going to be a difficult journey, especially since we've got the mountain there in the background. This indicates that don't allow the bigger picture to dissuade you from accomplishing whatever it is you set out to do. Because sometimes we can have these wonderful ideas where we're like, okay, I've got a talent that I love, something I love doing, and I'm very skillful at it. I want to set up my own business, but it may seem very daunting, like taking that first step. There's so many steps that are necessary to create a business as a whole. And you may be going through the research period where you're like, okay, I've got to find a name for my company. I'm going to set up the company. What are the legalities of doing that? I have to set up my own bank account to set that up. There's so many steps, and there's a lot of paperwork that goes along with that, and a lot of, bureaucracy, red tape, all of that, and you may find it very overwhelming, but don't let that dissuade you. The Seven of Wands there says, don't give up. If there's something here you think it's just too hard, know that you are about to have a breakthrough and there are rewards on the other side, okay? Some of you may have been feeling a little bit shut out from work, the work environment, or you've been working on your own in silence and you feel a little bit isolated. Some of you may be trying to work out how to, if you work from home, for example, you may be finding out how to manage your time so that you've got a little bit more time for community. If you're feeling a little bit left out in the cold at work, wherever you work, I feel like there is going to be support on hand for you. And I feel like people are going to come together and collaborate. And there's going to be a much more enjoyable energy in the working environment. Some of you, I'm actually seeing an invitation. So there may actually be an invitation to a work event round about this time. Of course, we're coming up to festive seasons and things like that, so that's an obvious thing to say, but they're actually showing it to me in the water right now. Excuse me. So I do feel like it's worth going to this event because I feel like you see people in a different environment and you see beyond their work face. Everybody's got different faces. Sometimes we've got game faces, work faces, romance faces, family faces. You know, we approach people in different ways. It doesn't mean that we're being dishonest, that we're not being our wonderful, authentic self, but sometimes we have a professional persona that we give to other people. And some people at work, they cannot distinguish or detach themselves from a working persona. So they may come across as cold, detached, just in business mode all the time. And Cancerians, you are a very feeling, sensitive person. That doesn't mean you're not professional and business-like. You absolutely are. You can be those things when you need to be. But also you have, you bring emotion and instinct and creativity and love for what you do. And sometimes you just can't vibe or gel with people that are always kind of like work, 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 no fun, So I feel you will benefit from going to this invitation, whatever this is, to see people in a different light. So that's coming out for somebody. I'm not sure who that's for, but it's obviously coming out for a reason. Now, I would be mindful of self-sabotaging as well, my beautiful Cancerians. Sometimes and how can I put this? Sometimes you play small. You don't mean to, but it's almost like you downplay your talents or your gifts. You feel like you're not as good as the next person, when actually, in reality, you're better than the next person, but you don't give yourself enough credit for the talent that you've got. So your guides want you to be aware of really looking, and in December in particular, you're going to really look at the areas where you feel you doubt yourself or you feel like you're not good enough. Because remember, what we tell ourselves in the mind, and swords are all about the mind. Okay, swords are about communication, ideas, and the mind. What we tell ourselves in the mind plays out in reality. Okay, so the more you tell yourself you're not good enough, you haven't got the talent, you don't deserve this, those are the things that are going to happen, because thoughts become things. So they want you to be aware you're actually magician, you're actually creating your destiny, you're actually in a very powerful position in your career right now, and I feel like you're overcoming all of these difficulties. So believe and receive. Now we've also got the heart, and it's in the resistance position. So, I mean, this could be something that's personal to you. It could be that you're going through a personal separation, or perhaps you've got love that's on your mind instead of work. There's something here that is distracting you, I feel. It could also be that perhaps some of you are feeling that your heart's just not in it right now, because it just feels like you're working in a repetitive cycle and it just feels a little bit boring, okay? Because it says pleasure, affection, loving. So you may feel, and it says fulfillment here as well, and joy. And because it's in the resistance position, you may feel like you once enjoyed doing something, but you've lost that loving feeling for it. Or you feel you're a little bit disconnected. Your heart's really not in it at the moment and you feel like you're coasting. Now that may be because you feel it's just the same old thing, but just a different day. And whilst you're working towards something, you may feel at the same time that you're not making progress. And when humans feel like we're not working towards something, or we feel like we haven't got a purpose, we start to lose motivation. We start to lose energy. We start to lose drive. It feels difficult to get up in the morning and connect to the things or our responsibilities, because we feel that we're not making a difference. But your guides want you to be aware that you are actually making a difference. Whatever your heart is trying to guide you towards, there are a lot of rewards in your career. You're very talented and very gifted and very creative. So some of you may actually be trying to set something up creatively. It may be a second stream of income, or you're trying to be independent. You're trying to set up something by yourself. And it's been difficult. Whatever it is, if you've been feeling unappreciated or unseen at work, that's all about to change. I feel like your patience and your hard work pays off, and there are rewards for this. The Temperance card in this position indicates feeling a little bit out of control, or perhaps feeling that there's been a lot of disruptive energy within the working practice and you long to be back to the good old days. Okay, but whilst we are in the midst of exploring or investigating or mixing things up in our world, it can be difficult to find out what works for you and what doesn't work for you, okay? Because the Temperance card is about moderation. It's about harmonizing, blending talents. It's about rejuvenation. So I feel by the end of December, because I really feel like you're looking towards the new year, because I feel like 2023 has been very difficult for you, okay? And I feel like it's almost like a lot of the signs have checked out and have started thinking about new targets, new goals, new aspirations for the new year, because it's like 2022 is done. So I feel this Temperance card, it's like in this position, you felt out of alignment, or you felt like you haven't been recognized or appreciated for your skills. And you've been very patient with people, but now you're starting to feel like your patience is running thin. Okay, that's what I'm getting there. Also, we've got the Seven of Wands, which means you're diligently working towards something. But because we got it in the reverse, it's the Resistance position. They are indicating setting up healthier boundaries in your working practices. Okay, so if anyone is trying to push your buttons or is not offering support for your dreams and your goals, you can just still have them in your life if you want to, but I feel like you're setting up healthier boundaries where they do not get to affect you. They do not get access to that energy within you to dissuade you or derail you from your true north. Seven of Wands is, it goes from this position to the upright by the end of the month. So that indicates that you're pushing past any of these obstacles. You're not giving up. Okay, this is a card of if others are not happy with the course that you're on, or they have any concerns, you're not allowing their concerns to affect you. You're moving forward. You're marching to the beat of your own drum. And I feel like you're not compromising what's most important to you, okay, which is your heart. So if you feel like your heart's not in it, some of you may actually decide to relocate or get a new job. And if, for example, you feel you're working within an environment that is very uncaring or there's no reward there, you are expanding on opportunities and you're going elsewhere. The Seven of Wands does mean that you're not giving up. And you're not giving up by moving to a new environment or to try and find a new strategy to get to where you want to go. You're actually just evolving and trying to find the best practice that is meant for you. The Seven of Wands in this energy does say, you're feeling a bit stressed. You've been fighting for something you believe in. You've been working really hard and you are going to be successful. You will be successful. Keep going, okay? The fight will be worth it. I really feel like you're making waves. Following your heart is going to lead you to the rewards that you truly deserve, and you're going to stand out for your talents. There is a time of clarity, recognition, and celebration headed in your direction. It will be worth it. Now, in the Resistance position, we've got the Seven of Swords, which is like that. It's in the reverse. So I feel like someone is going to wave the peace flag, try to make amends for either pushing your buttons, singling you out. This could be a boss. It doesn't have to be. If you work for yourself independently, you may find that if you made a purchase that was not what it seemed, you'll get your money back on it. If you dealt with a client that has not paid on time and you've been looking for that person to pay, you may find that this person actually pays up. This person, you caught them out trying to pull a fast one. So I feel you actually are fairly recompensed for that. Now, Seven of Swords, I've been saying this to every sign because it keeps coming up for every sign. Seven of Swords does not have to be a negative card. It doesn't mean always that someone is trying to betray you or is dishonest. Some of you, the Seven of Swords is a card of running away. So some of you may feel like running away from your job or your responsibilities because you've had a lot on your plate right now. But know that these things will heal. Things are going to get better. There is a brighter future for you here. But the Seven of Swords, the tradition of the Seven of Swords is actually to find a different way to resolve an issue. Okay, because in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Seven of Swords is actually, I showed it to another sign, so I know that it's on the top. I didn't just pull that one out of the hat. I wish. But anyway, Seven of Swords is like golden, and in Tarot, a gold or yellow in the card is positive. It is like the best outcome. So the Seven of Swords, as you can see, this figure, he's actually stealing all the swords from the army because he doesn't want to fight. He wants to find an alternative way to be successful. How can we make peace? How can we resolve this issue without being angry at each other or fighting each other? How do we find an alternative way? Okay, so I feel that a lot of you are trying to find a better way to do something that you felt challenged with. Also with the Seven of Swords, it's a card of independence, doing things differently. You know, most people would say, hey, can we have a conversation? And, you know, can we not fight? And it may be met with, you know, indifference, or it may fall on deaf ears, for example. But if you take away the ammunition, that's a different way of looking at it. If you take away the ammunition, you take the wind out of a person's sails, then they have no alternative but to meet you halfway and resolve an issue peacefully. So gold or yellow is very positive. Also, Seven of Swords is a card of, as I said, being independent. So some of you may be actually silently phasing yourself out. What is it? There was a coin termed in the newspapers or in the media recently, silent quitting or something like that. I can't really remember what it was called, but some of you may be phasing yourself out of your working environment to do something that you love. Okay, so you may find that as you close out the year, you know that perhaps you're going to move into a new position or a new job, or you put your feelers out to get a new opportunity, and it's not that you're not working, but you just may be phasing yourself out so that you can go and do something different, something that, you know, sets your soul on fire. But now I would be a little bit mindful if you're working on something, a project, for example, or you've got an idea for a project, whether you're freelance or you work for yourself, or whether you work for a company. I would say keep your ideas to yourself, or only tell people that you really trust, okay? Because Seven of Swords can mean that someone tries to steal your ideas, and you have to defend a position in some way. I mean, I see appraisal period coming up here for you as well. So I get this energy of some of you really taking stock of what you've achieved so far and where you want to go, getting clear on what's the next step of your career. And you know that it's going to be hard work, but it will be something that's rewarding, something you can be proud of. And I do feel when you get an appraisal, I feel there's something in your appraisal that you feel you haven't been given credit for, and it's unfair. Okay, so I feel like it's almost like your boss overlooks an area where you really were a benefit to the company, and they overlook it. Feel free to remind them. That's what I would say. Feel free to remind them. Just say something like, say something diplomatic, of course. Say something like, I really love that time that I offered a solution to the company and we saved millions of pounds, because that's the area I feel like I've got a lot of skills at. So if there were any other projects like that going, I would love to be able to move forward with that. So in a way, you're saying, I want to develop within the company. You're also saying, remember that time that I bailed you all out and you didn't give me credit for that, and you took that credit for yourself. And at the same time, you're being really positive about it, but at the same time highlighting a negative that they didn't actually talk about it. So it's about using your words and your voice to find a way to highlight your strengths, whilst at the same time highlighting where people have perhaps not appreciated you or even forgotten. It may be an honest mistake that they forgot about that time. So I would remind them in a very diplomatic way, okay? Also, I'm getting people coming together to celebrate. So either to celebrate a win for you, or people just being in a better energy, a better frame of mind within the workspace. If you work for yourself, and you know, the energy that I've got coming out there, I would say, don't you forget all the accomplishments that you've had throughout the year, because we tend as humans to always be looking to the future. When we look back, we tend to look back at the things we lost out on, or the things that did not go in our favor. Sometimes we'll look back and think, oh, that was a good time. And it's only to look at this time that we're in and think, oh, I wish we could return to those better times. But your guides want you to be aware. Look at all the little wins you've had along the way, no matter how small they are. You know, you're doing good. You should be proud of yourself. You've got a lot of skills and you are elevating to more rewards, okay? But don't forget the wins, because the more you sort of focus on the victories you've had, the more you attract. You know, bees to honey. You're in the law of attraction. These two cards are attraction. So this is using your skills, your mindset to use the law of attraction to bring in better opportunities or bring in rewards for your hard work or accomplish the goals that you set out to do. And the bees are attracted to the honey. So I feel like you're attracting goodness, sweetness. It says here, sweetness, cooperation, hard work, focus, dedication, sweet results, and duty. So it's governed by the planet Mercury. So I feel like this is a perfect time because there is actually a wonderful connection between Mercury, Venus, and Chiron, which brings healing to difficult situations, but it also brings reward, news of rewards. So I feel like you are going to hear something that is going to be beneficial towards your career. Now this could be a promotion. I'm going to pull a card on it. Could be a promotion, could be a raise, could be a new way of working that makes things easier for you. Perhaps your boss offers you an assistant, which would help you in your working practice. For example, if you work for yourself, it could be that you gain a lucrative new client or a new deal comes in for you and there's more financial reward. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? The Fool card. So this is about you taking a leap of faith in some area of your career, beginning something. Could be a new venture, could also be just a new way of working. This is a card of originality. It's a card of freedom. It's a card of enjoying what you do, freeing yourself up. It's also a card of taking some sort of risk, but it could be a calculated risk that you've taken. You're on the precipice of something really big that's going to make you extremely happy. If you're normally a cautious person in the working environment, I would say, you know, step out of a comfort zone. You are going to be rewarded for that. And if you're someone who tends to be very, very risky, and although I feel like I get this energy of you playing it safe, so I feel like the universe is saying, you know, stretch your boundaries, be bold, open yourself up to new vision. I feel like the universe has got your back and is supporting you at this time. And you know, the Fool card is about enthusiasm. It's about anything being possible. King of Cups, follow your heart. Invest all that love, that care. So some of you, I mean, you're going to be stepping into a leadership position. King of Cups can be like a very diplomatic, fair leader, a boss who leads with their heart, and workers really enjoy working with that boss. So I feel like you are that person. You're someone who's very charismatic. You have a lot of composure. You're also very sensitive. So you see people struggling and you work solutions to find a way to help them reach their full potential. And I feel like you'd be the sort of boss that you wish you could have. Okay, that's what I get there. If you're leveling up to a leadership position, managerial position, or even just to the next level of your career. But I feel some of you may actually leave the space that you're at in order to take up a position with more status and responsibility. And whilst the money is important, I feel like it's about you feeling like you're making a difference, making an impact, feeling like it's rewarding, you know, that you are bringing something to the table. I'm going to go one more actually. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Seven of Wands, keep going. You're going to be successful. So Seven of Wands, don't give up. Engage in sustained effort. Your passion will push any obstacles out of the way. Don't compromise what's important to you, and that's your following your heart. So even if, you know, you've got a dream, you want to set up your own business, whatever it is, even if those around you feel it's too difficult, you shouldn't try it, you shouldn't do it. Do it anyway, my beautiful Cancerians. Do your due diligence, do your research. You are very talented, you're very gifted. Just because somebody else did not make it doesn't mean you're not going to make it, okay? If it has been done before, you can be successful and make it happen. Seven of Wands, you know, believe and receive. You will be successful. Keep going. The star energy highlights that success. This is a card of standing out from the crowd. This is a card of accomplishment, reward, and getting clarity of the direction you want to head in. Also, with the star energy, this is about being recognized for what you do, being appreciated for what you do, making progress, and getting a really good reputation within the working environment. Some of you, it may be fame. You know, if you're wanting to be in the public eye, I definitely get this energy that people are attracted to your skills, they're attracted to your talent, and they want to elevate you. So this is a time of dreaming big because you're about to accomplish them. But this is also about your wishes being delivered. You're being hopeful that you will be successful, that you will reach your goals, that your dreams will become a reality on the physical plane. And your optimism pays off. You will see progress. You will see reward. And I feel like people are going to see your talents and your strengths, and they're going to recognize that you are a force to be reckoned with. I definitely see you making waves. 3 of Cups, something to celebrate coming on in for you, okay? So, I mean, this could see you being tapped for a promotion or some sort of bonus or at the end of the year there. But the 3 of Cups indicates that you will have something to be really proud of, okay? Also, I get this energy of working environments coming together and being a little bit more jovial energy. So if people have been like pushing your buttons throughout the year, I feel like everybody's kind of like setting that energy aside, and it becomes a little bit more pleasant environment to work in December. Maybe it's because people are getting appraisals, being highlighted where they are struggling and where they could do better. But I feel like there's a little bit more camaraderie where you work. If you work for yourself, I definitely see you attracting more clients, more lucrative business, more trade coming your way, and you being the go-to person, the person that people want to buy or want to trade with. So I definitely see this being something of influence for you. If you are someone who's on social media, I feel more people are going to be attracted to whatever it is you're providing on social media. I feel people are more interested in you and what you do. So I see a lot of success there. 10 of Wands, of course, all of this success comes at a price, hard work and feeling burnt out. So it's most important that you recognize when you feel what you're doing adds value. Because if you're working really hard and you feel like, you're not making progress, you start to feel low morale. You start to feel, what's the point? But if you're working towards a goal and you feel like you're nearly there, which the 10 of Wands says you've been very strong throughout the year, you've worked some really difficult situations and you've navigated them really well. The 10 of Wands indicates you're nearly there to setting down that load and kicking back and relaxing, celebrating a year and reaching new heights as you look towards 2023 in order to set new targets. 10 of Wands, it can be an indication that there's a lot of anxiety over finances, and if you're in debt, it's about really identifying the smallest bill. It's like pay the smallest bill first and then the next, and then pay and pay and pay, and you can actually, it will get easier. Okay. Also, there is help at hand. So if you are struggling financially, it's important to reach out to the bill provider and tell them that you are struggling with something. Don't bury your head in the sand because it just gets worse. So it's important. You'll be able to find a pay strategy. But I actually see more financial reward coming your way. So I feel that your financial struggles will get easier. That's what I see with the 10 of Wands. Also, you're burning away excess. You're releasing, things that no longer serve you, and you're making way for new energy. You may have overcommitted yourself in some areas of your career where you felt like you took on a lot. And I feel like you're identifying those areas where you can delegate, because having the B's, which is all about community, and the 3 of Cups, which is sharing resources, it's about how can I make this struggle, this really heavy load, lighter. So you may look at your department, if you work in a department, and say, okay, you know what? I always take on Betsy's work when she can't do it, and I'm always there for Frank when he's struggling with his projects, but I never really delegate anything of mine. I just take on other people's and do my own work. So you may actually change your working practice and think, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Betsy and say, hey, you know what? I haven't got time to do that. So would you be awesome and really help me out with that project? And then you go to Frank and say the same thing. And you'll find that actually, because you did them a good turn, that they will help you out as well. So it's important to recognize where you can delegate because you may have been taking too much on, okay? I would also say power up your energy, recharge your batteries, because 2023 is going to bring a lot of success for you. And I feel like you need to be ready, because these two cards is like you're overburdened, you're overstretched, you're overworked and overcommitted. Okay, you're close to burnout. The Four of Swords says get some rest, get better sleep, and create some sort of structure or schedule that really works for you, because you need to be ready for all this reward that is headed your way. Four of Swords is about taking a bit of a break. Some of you may actually book a vacation or take some time out to rest. Some of you may even think about going on a spiritual retreat if you've got the finances to. But I feel with the Four of Swords, this is about really trying to lessen your stress, take a rest, relax your mind, because what's important, we all stress about the little things and the big things, but we stress no matter what, okay? So, you know, if you've got a project, a deadline to meet, you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get this done. It seems like it's the be all and end all, but it's not really. When we really break things down, it's like, okay, take it one step at a time. Take a step back. Because sometimes when we feel burnt out, we have less ideas, we have less solutions to problems that we encounter, because our brain is overloaded. So it doesn't have a chance to give us the answers that we seek. So it's important to kick back, take a night off for yourself, or take a day off from work, have a duvet day, so that you can actually just recharge your batteries, get clear on what you want, and the answers start to come towards you. So it's important to remember that, okay? Now I'm just going to pull some quick cards just to see if there's anything financial that I can see for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their finances? Page of Wands, a new project or being inspired by a new idea. Pages tend to bring news. So there will be news about something that you're excited about. Temperance card, something that perhaps you've been patiently working towards. Something you've been worrying about. Hangman. Six of Wands. I mean, it ends in a, they want one more. 6 for 6, they said. Okay. 6 for 6. Elevation. Okay, good news, elevation, movement forward. So you're going to hear some sort of news that perhaps you've been patiently waiting for and worrying about. Because, I mean, we've got the Temperance card, we got the Hangman, we got the Nine of Swords. Something that perhaps has been causing you sleepless nights. I feel like you're going to hear news about it that actually inspires you, something that you're eager to hear about. And it may be, you know, that you're trying to make some sort of bold move in your career, or, you know, the Page of Wands tends to be about finding your purpose. So I feel that you are recognizing that your ideas have value, that you are finding yourself in the flow, that you're making waves at work, but perhaps you're trying to reach for something that you felt was difficult, but you're going to receive it. Six of Wands is like recognition, reward, it's elevation, but it's also about realizing the strengths and the talent, what makes you special, what sets you apart from other people. That is what's going to put you apart from everybody else and receive accomplishment, okay? So this is a card of triumph. It's a card of, you know, achieving a goal, whether it's a promotion, perhaps you went for a promotion or a new job or a new, I mean, you could have just gone for an interview. Something off grid and you haven't told anybody, but you haven't heard anything. There's been a bit of a delay. And if you haven't heard and you've been patiently waiting and you've been worrying, thinking, oh, I didn't get that, you know, you're actually going to be surprised that you're actually going to hear. It's a little bit delayed, but you're going to hear that you were successful and that you will be moving on up. You'll be moving forward. This news transforms your life. Eight of Wands is like energy is moving fast in the right direction, including money. So be organized, be ready for the pace. That's why you need to get some rest, because there is much more exciting energy and flow and finances headed your way. But there's something here that you may have been worrying about or waiting for, and you felt it wasn't going in your favor because you haven't heard. But you're actually going to hear back, and it is going in your favor, and it is going to be successful, okay? Okay, they want me to do one more, so get one more for you. Now, I smell something really sweet burning. I can't place it, I'll be honest with you. I'll always give you what I can see in the water, but right now I'm not seeing anything. They're giving me something sweet burning. So either you've been listening to me while you've been cooking and you forgot about the thing on the stove or the pan, run and check it. I mean, if I was to guess at it, it smells like, you know those candied nuts? Sometimes people are like those sweet chestnuts that are burning on the sidewalk as you walk down, and you're always tempted to try some, but you never have. So it smells like that. So some of you may be roasting nuts right now and it's sweet. Whatever it is, it's sweet. Maybe it means like sweet reward, you're on fire or something like that. You're going to be leveling up. But it could literally mean that you just bought some of those, or you could be walking down the street and you see someone having that can where they're burning, or that cart where they're burning, they're roasting those nuts and it's sweet, smells like sweet burning smell. I don't really know. I mean, it could be a candle for all I know, but I'm just getting the smell. It feels like burning, sweet. It feels like it's attached to some really good news for you. So it may be a symbol. Sweet burning nuts or something like that. I don't know. Please take it as it resonates. I'm going to leave that there. I'm not really sure what they're giving me with that. So we've got sea otter, happiness. So this is about being in life's flow and finding happiness within your working environment and going where you feel happy rather than staying where you feel there's low morale or you feel like you're not making a difference. So it says, be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. That's what that heart is there for. You're choosing to listen to your heart. Surrender to the waves. I mean, it kept coming up. You're making waves. You're making waves. I mean, I said it a couple of times, and in my head, even though I'm channeling and I'm getting that energy, I'm looking at the cards going, there's no waves here. There's no cards attached to water apart from that 3 of Cups. So I was like, where is this energy from making waves coming through? But it's there. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Okay, so a love for what you do attracts the right rewards, and you will find stability even in the most uncertain circumstances. Also, we've got white stag, protector. And it says, you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you to where you want to go. Awaken the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. That really connects to the magician card here. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Be open to the blessings that are attracted to you at this moment in time. Okay, so very positive energy, my beautiful Cancerians, as you close out this year. There are better rewards in 2023, that's for sure. We've got 2 hearts. Okay, now when we get the 2 hearts and it's connected to career, some of you may be setting up a business with someone you care about. Could be a second stream of income, or it could be you and a person having lots of ideas to set up a business, an independent business there, or you could work with your spouse. I feel like if you've been having difficulties, things will resolve. Also, with career, the 2 hearts, this is about attracting what your heart desires. You are in the law of attraction, okay? So I feel like you're going to get whatever it is you focus on. Think about the positive, receive the positive. Think about the negative, you'll receive the negative. So remember, thoughts become things. I'll leave it there, my beautiful Cancerians. Also, I would just say, look out for a symbol that looks like this. Could be someone wearing a pendant that has it, or you've bought a pendant, or you're gifted a pendant. Because I feel like a symbol like this, 2 hearts entwined, it's a symbol for you that there is positive change occurring in your career where you reap a reward or a benefit for your hard work, okay? So look out for that. I mean, it could be literally some graffiti on a wall. It could be a painting that you see. So look out for 2 hearts entwined. There is really good news attached to it regarding your career. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Cancerians. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.